Good evening, everyone. It's time for Maria's talk. Now, the ashi culture isn't just big in Japan, it's spreading worldwide. Who's your ashi? What are you passionate about? And are you actively supporting them? Whether it's an idol, anime character, actor, athlete, anything goes. Tonight, we're diving deep into the charm of ashi culture. We'll analyze the latest data, hear from dedicated fans, and even interview an idol in person. Whether you already have an ashi or not, I guarantee this will be a fun and exciting episode. Now, let's welcome our first guest.
Thank you for having me. My name is Sato. As a cultural critic, I study Japanese subcultures and fan communities.
So, Mr. Sato, just how widespread is ashi culture in Japan right now?
Well, according to a recent survey, about 65% of Japanese people have an ashi.
Wait. Really? That's almost everyone.
Yes, and among teenagers and people in their 20s, the number is even higher, close to 80%. Originally, the term ashi was mainly used among idol fans and anime enthusiasts, but now it spans a much wider range of interests. People ashi not just idols and anime characters, but also actors, athletes, VTubers, game characters, and YouTubers.
That makes sense. These days, I often hear things like, my ashi is this actor, or I love this cooking YouTuber. What do you think is driving this expansion of ashi culture?
One major factor is the rise of social media and the internet. In the past, supporting an ashi meant relying on TV or magazines for information. But now, with platforms like X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, fans can connect more easily and cheer for their ashi in real time. It has evolved into a culture that people can enjoy both individually and as part of a community.
That makes a lot of sense. Thanks to social media, fans can instantly get updates, interact, and share their love through posts and fan art.
Exactly. On top of that, spending on ashikatsu has also increased. In fact, Japan's otaku market was worth around 2 trillion yen in 2023. Fans are investing more and more in CDs, merchandise, concerts, and online events.
2 trillion yen? That's a massive market. But I've also heard that ashikatsu can be expensive and a bit of a financial burden.
Yes, that's a common concern. Some fans are willing to spend freely for their ashi, while others struggle financially. That said, supporting an ashi can also be a source of stress relief and motivation in life. Many people say that having an ashi helps them stay motivated at work and even increases their overall happiness.
I totally get that. Now, let's hear from two passionate fans about their experiences with ashikatsu. We'll ask them about their love for their ashi, the financial side of things, and the reality of being a dedicated fan. Mr. Sato, thank you for your insights.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, let's bring in two guests who are actively engaged in ashikatsu. I'm really excited to hear their stories. First up, we have Haruna, a huge Chikawa fan. Haruna, welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
You were already hugging a Chikawa plushie when you arrived at the studio, right?
Yes. I brought my Chikawa plushie with me. It's so comforting, and I just want to be with my ashi all the time.
I see. So, what is it about Chikawa that makes it so special to you?
Oh, everything. But if I had to pick, it's how Chikawa and the others live their little lives so earnestly. They work hard, eat delicious food, laugh with friends, and sometimes cry. Honestly, I relate to them even more than to actual people.
I totally get that. I often see posts on social media saying, "This is so pure, I'm crying."
Yes. My Ashi is my emotional support.
And you have quite a collection of merchandise, right?
Oh, absolutely. I have plushies, acrylic stands, mugs, t-shirts, towels. My room is basically half filled with Chikawa stuff.
Wow. How much do you think you spend on ashikatsu?
Probably about 30,000 yen per month. But if new merchandise comes out, I end up buying even more, so I'd say I spend over 400,000 yen a year.
Whoa. But that just shows how much your ashi is part of your daily life.
Exactly. But sometimes I worry I might end up broke from ashikatsu.
Got it. Thanks, Haruna. Now, let's bring in our next guest, Shota, an Idol fan. Welcome, Shota.
Good evening. I'm honored to be part of such an Ashi-friendly show.
So, Shota, who's your ashi?
I'm a huge fan of Shiny Girls, a 5-member idol group. And my ultimate Ashi is Aoi-chan. I've been supporting her since her debut, so it's been 6 years now.
6 years? That's amazing. What do you love most about her?
Of course she's stunning. But what really gets me is how much she's grown as a performer. She wasn't the best dancer at first, but now her moves are sharp and precise. She's a hard worker and a total genius when it comes to improving herself.
Wow. Do you go to a lot of live events?
Oh, absolutely. I go to at least 3 concerts a month and travel to about 5 out-of-town events each year.
That's a serious commitment. So, how much do you spend on ashikatsu?
I try not to think about it. But yeah, over 1 million yen per year.
1 million. That's dedication.
Hey, it's all for my Ashi, so it's totally worth it.
Fair enough. But as an idol fan, do you ever struggle with anything?
Well, the impossible love. Ha ha!
Oh, you mean that feeling of wanting your ashi to be just yours?
Exactly. But in reality, she belongs to all her fans. Sometimes I wonder, am I even worthy of supporting her? It can be a little heartbreaking.
So it's a mix of joy and bittersweet feelings.
Yeah. But if my support helps my Ashi shine, then I'm happy.
You're a true ashikatsu role model. And with that, Haruna, Shota, thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights.
Thank you.
Now, let's dive into the perspective of idols themselves and hear their thoughts on ashi culture. Our special guest tonight is a rising star from the popular idol group Luminous, Hinata Amano. Welcome.
Hello! I'm Hinata Amano from Luminous. Thank you for having me.
Hinata, this must be a really busy time for you. Thanks for taking the time to be here.
Not at all. I'm just happy to have this chance to connect with the fans.
Let's get right into it. How do you see ashi culture from your perspective?
I think it's an incredibly passionate culture. With social media, fans can follow their favorites in real time and connect with each other. I feel like ashi activities have really expanded compared to before.
Definitely. And it's not just idols, there are so many forms of ashi now, from anime and games to VTubers.
Exactly. That's why having people who support me means so much.
So, what does ashi mean to you?
I'd say someone who brings color to your life.
Wow. As an idol yourself, do you have someone you ashi?
Yes! There's an idol I've admired since I was a kid. And watching them inspired me to become an idol myself.
I see. So now you've become the one being supported.
Exactly. That's why I truly understand how fans feel. And I want to stay as close to them as possible.
Speaking of staying close to fans, Online meet and greets and social media interactions have really increased lately, haven't they?
Yes! Before, most interactions were at handshake events or live shows. But now I get to see comments on social media and talk to fans online. I love how easy it is to connect with them.
But does being so close to fans ever become challenging?
I'd say the hardest part is deciding how much of my private life to share. I love my fans because they're so kind. But sometimes I feel pressure when they want to know everything about me.
Like how often you post on social media?
Yes! Sometimes people ask, "What were you doing today?" Or "Why didn't you post yesterday?" And I'm like, wow, you're really paying attention.
I get it. Fans are curious, but idols have their own lives too.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, I can keep going because of my fans, so I'm really grateful for them.
Finally, do you have a message for our listeners?
Of course! Ashi activities make life more fun. But remember to enjoy them at your own pace, don't push yourself too hard. Keep cherishing your Ashi, and if you'd like, maybe support Luminous too.
Thank you. That was our special guest, Hinata Amano from Luminous.
Thank you.
Wow! Today's episode was packed with Ashi energy. Seeing the data from analyst Mr. Sato, I totally get why nearly 70% of Japanese people have an Ashi. And the enthusiasm from otaku guests Haruna and Shota was incredible. And of course, hearing the real thoughts of an idol like Hinata gave us a fresh perspective on being the one supported. I hope everyone continues to cherish their Ashi while also taking care of themselves and enjoying Ashi activities in their own way. That's it for today. I'm Maria, and I'll see you next time.